Hey guys, I'm Eric.
And I'm Noah, and this is our Siddhartha project entitled Suffering is Unfortunately Correlated with Existence. Our overall goal in completing such an elaborate project was mainly to delve deeper into our understanding of the symbolism in the book Siddhartha, as well as strengthen your understanding.
We expect to convey this understanding through descriptive explanations of numerous current events, as well as symbols from the book. The first noble truth explained in Siddhartha is existence is suffering. Throughout the novel, Siddhartha displays deep suffering as a direct result of his existence. For example, Siddhartha compares his suffering to that of a dying songbird, when he realizes his immediate wish for death. Siddhartha feels as though he cannot withstand the inevitable pain that is existence, and so he believes that death is his only option. In this example, the songbird symbolizes Siddhartha's dooming fate as well as his sorrowful loneliness. This loneliness and sadness is also displayed through this picture that we took of a lone bird perched upon a tall tree. The slight bit of color shows that Siddhartha's heart is not completely gone. This bird appears as though it is about to take off in flight, which shows that although existence is suffering, suffering can be overcome. The idea that existence is suffering is also illustrated in a recent event, as a young boy dejectedly took his own life in McKinney, Texas. Comparatively, this boy also felt that death was his only option, as he was relentlessly bullied by those with malevolent intentions. This picture shows flowers that were placed at the site where his body was found. As both Siddhartha and this young man suffered majorly, it is clear that existence truly is suffering.
And where does this suffering emerge? Well, as stated by the second noble truth, suffering arises from desire. By the end of Siddhartha's epic quest, he has reached his ultimate goal and achieved enlightenment. However, his lifetime friend Govinda has yet to reach this total mastery of life. He realizes this is because a divine arrow had struck him and shown him the misleading ways of pleasure. As depicted in our photograph, this arrow was focused in on one thing and one thing only, Govinda. This focus is demonstrated by the blurring of the background in the picture so as to allow the viewer themselves to focus on the shot of the bow. By being struck by this malicious arrow, Govinda began to veer away from the path to enlightenment and instead found a path of impurity and desire. This tragic moral downfall of man is ever present, especially in today's superficial society, including the Chinese city of Macau. In Macau, gambling problems have started to become an all too frequent occurrence in the lives of many people living there. Their desire to win more money and increase their monetary value has led them to stray to a dangerous path, one filled with moral indignity and shame. Since both people in our world and Govinda experience the same problem with losing themselves on the path to pleasure, it is apparent that suffering does arise from desire.
How will this suffering end, you ask? Near the end of the novel, Siddhartha reveals his belief that suffering will inevitably end once material desire, in turn, ceases. For example, Siddhartha's calm and delicate smile shows that his suffering has ended as he has stopped desiring things that are not necessities. This smile is displayed upon the faces of only the people in Siddhartha that have reached enlightenment, which shows Siddhartha's success. Siddhartha feels as though something as simple as a smile can make a large difference in one's actions and emotions. In this example, the smile symbolizes the spiritual perfection and harmony that one encounters once they reach pure enlightenment. This peaceful harmony is also displayed in this picture we took of a human smile, as the smile conveys a lack of desire. The zoom and perspective show the importance of such a gracious smile. This idea is also illustrated in a recent event as an American soldier has decided to fight ISIS's desire to kill because this will most likely result in the end of the suffering of American citizens. Comparatively, this soldier also feels peace and harmony even in such horrible times. This picture shows the American soldier, soldier preparing to defend his country, as he displays his nobility and honor. Due to the overwhelming evidence, suffering will end when desire ends.
So, if we now know that we must end desire to end suffering, how is it that we go and end such a powerful force? This is explained in the fourth noble truth: the way to end desire is to follow the eightfold path. As Siddhartha is discouraged by his failing attempt at understanding the divine essence of life, he comes across a river. And although this river is just like any other river, this one reflects Siddhartha's soul back at him and makes him realize that in order for him to truly become united with nature, he must improve the effort that he puts into his life. The constant current and treacherous obstacles in and around the river allows him to come upon the revelation that he had just been skating through life, expecting to find the answer along the way, when in reality, he needs to constantly be searching for answers while also avoiding the obstacles he's being shoved into by the current of desire. In our photograph, the elevated and angled view of the river exemplifies its majesty and strength. The vibrancy of the banks on either side depicts the bountiful rewards you could reap by successfully navigating your way through its challenges. However, easy it may be to simply state that you will truly push yourself to enhance the effort to put into your everyday life. Very few people actually have the nerve to take it upon themselves to not only take up that task, but also to make a world of difference by doing it. But that's exactly what women in Afghanistan are doing. In Afghanistan, women have always had very few rights, and women are done with it. They are turning their lives around, and instead of going through life accepting the idea forced upon them that they aren't equal, they're forcing the idea right back that everyone is equal. Similarly to the way women in Afghanistan have to change their effort in life in order to lead a successful life, Siddhartha ultimately had to adjust the significance of his effort in order to succeed in his goal to find divine essence in nature.
Throughout our reading of this book, we began to realize that Siddhartha's path is easily achievable once one gives up all desire and suffering will end.
And by comparing these symbols with current events in our world, we can really comprehend the effectiveness of following these guidelines to lead satisfying lives.
Thank you.